You guys live in the area? Did you drive down from...
No, we live in Wilsonville.
Oh, okay. So your steering was fully telescopic, so if you want it lower, higher, or further...
I got it adjusted.
Perfect.
My seatbelt, maybe?
No,
Yeah,
it says something about
it's your seatbelt.
My seatbelt, wow.
Why didn't you put your seatbelt on?
Everybody's got to be safe in a Subaru.
Look at that.
All safety.
Okay.
Everything down to the gas pump.
Good.
If you get anything on the passenger side of the Subaru, so if you're ever out of gas, you never pump enough gas on the side of the road against traffic. You always be away from the traffic. Like, everything is about safety. So if you break down on the side of the road on the right, you would be filling up away from the traffic rather than you having your back to cars passing you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's that way on the Buick Encore. I wonder if that was their thinking.
Maybe. My Chevy's definitely not.
Like they don't want anybody trying to fill the gas can and fill
Against
it up.
traffic, yeah.
Having
cars passing you.
That's freaking funny.
I don't think you had the AC on.
No, I don't, but you know, I'm
I got you.
not familiar with the interface, so.
You got built-in navigation in this as well. Have you had your Buick very long?
I bought that one new. It's a 2019.
Been a good car for you?
Yeah,
Good.
it's just kind of narrow.
Which model is it?
It's the Encore, just
Okay.
preferred, I
Yeah.
think.
I looked at those. I had a Chevy Trax for a little bit, and I was in between a Trax or a Buick when I was looking at the two. They're both a similar size footprint.
What did you end up with?
I got the Chevy Trax, and I kept it long enough to get a first oil change.
And then you were like, I don't like this.
Well, like, I took it camping, and by the time I put my dog in there and all my camping stuff, there was, like, a spot for the dog to just lay. And I was like, this just isn't going to get it done. So then I got an Equinox a little bit bigger. Is this just going to replace as your daily commuter, like the road trip car, or?
It's always like this.
Yes. I live in Hillsborough, so I drive this every day. You'd think they'd figure it out, you know?
So the blind spot detection is that light right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then are you familiar with the adaptive cruise control?
Yes. Toyota has it.
Nice.
And I drove a couple different rentals that had it.
Nice. So you'll have that as well as center lane assist. And then this one has the heated steering wheel as well. This one's like a limited plus because you've also got the memory seating on this one, I think. Maybe that was another one you're looking at. Is there a 1 and 2 button on your left door panel? not this one. I thought it was that one.
I would love the memory because
It's-
two drivers.
Yeah, it's super convenient. And like one thing, I don't know if the older models do it, but the new ones do. You can now program the fobs to a number. So when you unlock the car, it goes to yours. If he unlocks it, it goes to
But
his.
this one would not have
No,
that.
it's on the newer ones.
What year is this?
This one's a 21, I believe. 22, I think.
When did they do the driver seat adjustment thing for 1 and 2?
Well, they have 1 and 2 on the Tourings, but the fob thing is a new feature.
Oh, okay. So it's just this particular touring doesn't
This,
have the
yeah, this
seat
one's
memory.
a limited, so this one doesn't have it.
Oh, okay. Touring is what this is you're looking for then?
Mhm.
Since this is a limited.
Yeah, but there's sometimes you can get like on like a limited plus. There's like an option package that'll give it like the memory seats or the heated steering wheel, so you have some of the touring features, but it's not the Napa leather seats, which is the big cost on it rather than
Right.
the features. But yeah, so this one's like almost has the heated steering wheel, but doesn't have the memory seats.
Alright.
So it has like a couple things that even a limited doesn't typically come with. And you'll have wired Apple CarPlay. So if you have Android or Apple, you'll be able to connect that and then your maps will come up. But you have built-in GPS as well. If you're without your phone, you'll still have access to maps to get home.
Does it have a lumbar support?
There a third button on the back. You should have one that goes back and forth.
I
one.
found it.
Yeah, and then it's the circle one. And then you've got power seats on this side too, which is nice.
No rights to the music.
What?
I don't want the rights to the music.
Mine kind of sound really good. They get loud.
Can you shut up the music for me, please? Thank you.
Just because.
Wherever you like, we're just along for the ride. As soon as you said you were from Moscow, I was like, alright, she's got her route.
Yeah.
It has that nice feature that, what is it called when it,
This turns off.
yes.
The auto start and stop.
That's hard to get used to, but
It
it's
is.
It's the correct way to do it, probably. So.
Yeah, and I'm on my second car with it at this point, and I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah.
But at first, it definitely does take a little getting used to.
What's the
think-
purpose of that?
To conserve gas.
Okay.
You would think that it would wear out the starter,
Yeah.
but like I said, on my second vehicle, and I've never had one issue with it. But this even has a little tracker in one of those screens in the middle that you can flip to that'll tell you how much gas you've saved.
Mm-hmm.
And this little menu on the left gets into your controls of the car. And there's, X mode for if you're off-road or if you're in deep snow or anything. This also has automatic vehicle hold. So the way that one works is, so the green, when you have the symbol with it as well, if you take your foot off the brake, it'll hold the vehicle until you touch the gas again. So if you're, doing back and forth trips a lot,
Oh my God.
super convenient on, those long days. It's the little things,
Yeah.
So that's a nice little
That could be
convenience.
dangerous to get used to that and then drive a different car.
Yeah, you're like, why's your car not? What's your
Why
car
is my car
missing?
rolling? That's
And then
crazy.
you have your lane departure and your pre-collision braking as well. So all your standard safety. This also has mirror defrost for your side mirrors, which is a nice little convenient feature.
Does that, what's it called, display comes in Spanish too?
Yeah, you can change this to Spanish.
Oh, look at that.
That's fancy.
Only Spanish?
Yeah, it'll change the whole entire thing. There's not like a half and a half.
One of the things that I always notice about Subarus when I drive them is that I don't want to call it like jerky, but like they have more of a
Like,
rougher ride,
mm-hmm.
and it's just like it must be because they're built more for like. Oh, is this a dead end?
This one is the next turn, isn't it?
That's okay.
I always do this. You're fine.
I always do this. I think.
I literally like, damn it, I work down the road. I know these roads. do
I know,
this
I
all
should
the
know
time.
it, but I don't come over to this side of the interstate that often, so.
Believe me, I drive over here all the time, and I
But-
still do it. But it's good to do your turn radius.
It is
Check it out.
She's just checking
jerkier,
the car.
Yeah,
more
exactly.
jerky and more, well, and also I have to be in it long enough to know whether the seat is going to be comfortable because I'm very picky about my seats. It's more of a rougher ride. One of the things that I love about Buick is that they have a couple different things. Their suspension's a little different, plus they do this thing called quiet tuning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about that quiet tuning technology. I don't know how they do it, but it is so quiet. The ride is so smooth. You would think in that tiny little SUV, just like the Forester, like it'd be very like, jerky, and it is not at all jerky. It is the most amazing technology, whatever they're doing. So I don't know. This is like it'd be hard for me to get used to that
Yeah.
more than probably anything else.
I'm sure just like, all new cars too, once you learn how to how you drive it too, you'll find like a more smooth feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, it's just, they're building them for a specific set of people, which makes sense. It's like they're building them for people who want to also be able to take that car off-road and
Oh, yeah,
four-wheel
do
drive
hills and the whole thing, yeah.
There's no way, probably, that they are really going to care or put a premium on, how they do their suspension or how smooth the ride is. Apparently, that's not the Subaru thing. But they're not as bad as like a Hyundai. Hyundais are horrible.
Have you test drove one recently?
No, maybe they are better now. I don't know, but like
Kia
a
and
few
Hyundai
years
have
ago, they
come
were
a long way.
not so great. I remember I drove a couple of their SUV styles, and I drove a Mazda CX-5, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I drove. I actually never minded the Kia Soul.
Yeah,
Kind of a weird-looking car.
The toaster.
I don't really like what it looks like, but
They're roomy inside.
they're very roomy.
We had I was working at a golf course previous to being here, and there were the hole-in-the-one prizes for 2 of the par 3s were new Kia Souls.
Yeah.
We had to drive them on the course, so we drove them on the course, and I was shocked with how spacious
Yeah,
the interiors
they're
of those
super
were.
spacious.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
But I don't know what the comfort level for the ride really is.
Or just the durability, plus the
Yeah.
safety.
Well, and they're the most stolen cars
I've literally had
of any car.
I've had a deal unwind because these people wanted this Kia Soul, this little white manual. They wanted to tow it. It was everything they wanted. Low mileage, they loved it, low price, and they couldn't get it insured. Insurance companies won't even touch them unless they've had like a special immobilizer installed on them.
Yep,
And even still, some insurance companies won't touch them.
because they're so
They're
easy to
to
steal.
take. Yep. That is the biggest knock on those: is safety and depreciation. Do you notice a big difference on this road noise versus the
Oh
Buick?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I do. And I think the biggest test would also be going right back into that Encore and like, feeling it again.
Right.
Like right after
Fresh
being
comparison.
in this. Yeah. Like, because we just drove here, so it was like, okay,
You're settled in.
yeah, it's very different. It's amazing how like the car makers differ so much.
Right. Like it doesn't all appear that different. It's all the same, parts.
You would think,
But
it's-
how you make the parts makes
it's-
such a difference.
It's amazing. Maybe everyone behind me is annoyed, but oh well. Thought maybe I was going too slow, but I think I'm good.
Oh yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's 35 years.
I thought so.
You got a dealer plate on the back. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You tell them you're not from here. I did the same
drive,
when I
even
moved
though
from
I've
Virginia.
lived here forever now.
I moved from Virginia and it took a minute for me to change my plates and my registration was still good and I didn't change them. And that was always my thing. I was like, well, at least I don't look like I'm from here.
Yeah, then they can give you some grace, I guess.
Yeah, some grace. Now I changed it. I'm like, oh, well, I'm just in the thick now.
So let's see. Ay, ay, ay. I kind of feel like Subaru is the car that I keep wanting to like so bad. I keep wanting to like it so bad that I keep trying them and I keep trying them and I keep trying them. And I just don't like them that well. And I can't change that apparently.
You're good at this one.
Oh, that's right. I'm not going to
Well,
the
we can
shopping
go-
center.
yeah, we can
no,
go
we
grab
don't need to go
snacks,
there.
yeah.
We don't need to go get that.
You can go to Friends.
He was driving. That's my excuse.
And you only drove with her one time, my friend. Imagine I had to drive all the time with her.
No, you don't, because you drive. 'Cause I
He
There
takes
you
his
go.
safety in his own hands.
There you go.
Yeah, admittedly, like the only time he lets me drive is when like he absolutely has to let me drive, like, you know,
When I go to get surgeries
like
and
a
shit.
surgery or medical thing or
Yeah.
whatever, then he'll let me drive.
But I'm still
admittedly,
suffering.
I don't really, yeah, but you're basically
No, I'm just
like,
joking.
you're
She's
out
a
of
good
it,
driver.
so you don't even know. You're just like,
He's a good driver.
I
You're just
am a
testing
good
the
driver,
car.
but it's kind of, my driving can be a little annoying,
It's okay. You're just testing the car, so
and that's all right.
let's end with that.
You did good.
I want to like it. I should like it. I should like it. I want to like it.
Yeah, like it. Loving it's definitely a big part of the whole thing.
Yeah,
You gotta
but
like what
it's
you pay
so
for.
annoying because they are such good cars.
They are. The dependability factor on a Subaru it's not comparable.
And the safety is so great and
Yeah.
everything, but I don't really feel comfortable. Oh my goodness. These are not registered in driver monitoring systems.
Yeah, that would be this thing up here.
Yeah, it's basically looking at your eyes and everything.
Yeah, so if you're texting or not paying attention or getting sleepy.
It'll let you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Mine tells me all the time I need to take a break.
Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of all my questions.
So thanks for watching. So yeah.
My